like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, listeners, ready to dissect a wild one with me today?
Sounds good to me.
It's a deep dive today, all about one single source, a live match report, and it sounds absolutely crazy.
Ooh.
Fulham versus Ipswich.
Oh, yeah.
From a chilly Sunday in January 2025.
Right.
We're talking penalty kicks,
I love penalties.
VAR controversy,
Always fun.
and just enough back and forth to make your head spin.
Yeah. Sounds like a good one. Yeah.
So it's really cool because this live report lets us experience this match like as it happened.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You can feel all the tension and excitement like in real time.
Almost like you're right there.
Almost like we're in the stands ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we get into the nitty-gritty,
Go.
let's just give our listener the big picture.
Sure.
What was the final score?
It ended in a draw 2-2.
A draw?
But the story is how we got there.
Oh, okay.
That draw,
Yeah.
it came from 3 penalty kicks.
3 penalties.
2 for Fulham and 1 for Ipswich.
Okay. Now you've got my attention.
Yeah. Tell me more. Well, the first half, Fulham dominated the possession,
Okay.
but they just couldn't turn that control into goals.
Mm-hmm.
But things get a little heated.
Okay.
Early on, when Ipswich's Leif Davis got a yellow card for this tackle on Harry Wilson,
Oh, no.
and the Fulham side and their manager were absolutely convinced it should have been red.
So right off the bat, we have a controversial refereeing decision
Yeah,
that could set the stage for a really explosive match.
potentially.
Did this incident have any lasting impact?
It definitely fueled the fire on the Fulham side.
Okay.
But even with that frustration and dominating the half, they couldn't find the back of the net.
So what happened? Did Ipswich just park the bus?
Well, not exactly.
Okay.
It was kind of against the run of play
Okay.
right before halftime.
Okay.
Ipswich, they managed to sneak in and get the lead.
Whoa.
It was a moment of confusion even for the reporter,
Really?
who initially thought it was an own goal by Fulham's Robinson.
Wow. Talk about a plot twist.
Yeah.
So at halftime, it's 1-0 to Ipswich,
Yep.
and Fulham is left scratching their heads.
Yeah.
What changed in the second half?
Fulham came out strong.
Okay.
They were clearly on a mission to equalize, but those goals were still proving to be elusive.
Yeah.
Both sides made some substitutions.
Okay.
But one that stands out to me is Fulham bringing on Adama Traore.
Ah, Traore.
That speed and power.
Bringing him on Solito's always a gamble.
Yeah.
He can be brilliant, but
But yeah, his decision-making
yeah.
can sometimes let him down.
Did he make a difference?
He certainly added an element of unpredictability to the attack.
Oh, okay.
And this is where we get to the penalty drama.
Ooh, okay.
VAR review for a foul on Wilson,
Hmm.
who had been the target of some really rough tackles all game,
Yeah.
resulted in a penalty kick for Fulham.
So VAR steps in and it sounds like it was the right call this time.
Yeah.
Did they convert?
Raul Jimenez stepped up,
Okay.
calmly slotted it home, bringing the score level at 1-1.
You can just imagine the roller coaster of emotions in the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
But it sounds like things didn't stay level for long.
You're right. Oh, okay. Straight from kickoff, Ipswich responded.
Oh, wow.
Lightning fast attack,
Okay.
earning a penalty of their own
Wow.
for a foul on Liam Delap,
Okay.
who was having an absolute stormer of a game.
Hold on. So back-to-back penalties.
Yeah.
This match is already living up to its billing.
Yeah, for sure.
Go on.
And Delap, full of confidence, smashed the penalty past Leno to put Ipswich back in the lead.
Oh.
The reporter was clearly impressed,
Yeah.
describing Delap's performance as something special.
Delap's a name we've been hearing more and more of.
He's been doing well.
It sounds like he's really coming into his own.
Yeah, he is.
But with the score now 2-1 to Ipswich,
Yep.
how did Fulham respond to this second setback?
They threw everything they had at Ipswich,
Okay.
desperately searching for another equalizer.
Yeah.
As the clock ticked down,
Mhm.
it was tense nail-biting.
Yeah.
Both sides had chances to score.
Oh, really?
Ipswich even hit the post,
Oh, no.
almost sealing the win.
So it sounds like Fulham was on the ropes.
Yeah,
Did they manage to pull off another miracle?
they did.
Okay.
In the final minute of regulation time, a foul on Jimenez.
Wait, another penalty?
Yeah.
That's 3 in one game. This is unbelievable.
It was pretty crazy.
So it all came down to Jimenez again.
Yeah.
Could he deliver under pressure?
He absolutely did.
Real-
Cool as a cucumber, he converted his second penalty,
Wow.
rescuing a point for Fulham.
What a match.
I know.
Talk about a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
I'm already hooked, and we've only just scratched the surface.
I know, right? It had everything a football fan could ask for.
Yeah.
Penalties.
Controversy, brilliant individual performances.
Yeah, and a finish that left everyone breathless.
I think it's time to dive a little deeper.
Yeah.
And analyze some of these key moments in more detail.
You do.
You know, as we delve deeper into this match report,
Yeah.
one thing that really jumps out at me is the role of VAR. It feels like it was almost another character in this drama.
Absolutely, VAR was a major talking point.
Yeah.
Especially in that first Fulham penalty that brought them level at 1-1.
Right.
Initially, the referee didn't signal for a penalty when Wilson went down.
Mm-hmm.
It was only after what felt like an eternity of VAR review that the decision was made.
Those delays can be agonizing for fans in the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, those watching at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it sounds like in this case, it ensured the correct decision was made.
Precisely. It highlights the impact VAR has had on the game.
Yeah.
It's not always perfect.
Right.
It certainly has its critics, but moments like this demonstrate its potential to get those crucial calls, right?
Right. And you can't deny that it adds another layer of drama to the game.
Oh, for sure.
But even after scoring that equalizing goal,
Yeah.
the report mentioned that Fulham's manager, Marco Silva,
Yeah.
was still fuming on the sidelines.
Oh, he was incensed.
Really?
His frustration stemmed from that earlier challenge on Wilson, by Ipswich's Leif Davis. Right. Silva was adamant that it should have been a red card
Oh, wow.
and felt that several decisions had gone against his team.
That's interesting. So even though Fulham had pulled level,
Yeah,
that earlier controversy was still casting a shadow over the match.
it really was.
It makes you wonder how much those kinds of emotions
Yeah,
impact a manager's decision-making during a game.
absolutely. Football is as much a mental battle as a physical one.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The pressure on a manager to make the right calls,
Right.
especially in a high-stakes match like this,
Yeah.
is immense.
Speaking of making an impact, we have to talk more about Liam Delap's performance
Yes.
for Ipswich.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned earlier that he was having a stormer of a game.
He was.
What specifically impressed you about his play?
Delap was a constant threat.
Okay.
It wasn't just the penalty he converted.
Right.
It was his overall movement, his energy,
Mm-hmm.
his willingness to run at defenders.
Okay.
He was a real handful for Fulham's backline, always looking to get in behind, using his pace and physicality to disrupt their defensive structure.
Okay.
And when the opportunity arose,
Yeah.
he took his penalty with absolute conviction.
The report even mentioned that Ipswich is poised to make a massive profit on him
Yeah.
when he eventually moves on, considering they paid £20 million for him.
Yeah, I mean, that speaks volumes about his potential.
Wow, that's quite a statement.
Yeah, performances like this will only increase his value.
Mm-hmm.
He's strong. He's clinical in front of goal.
Right.
And he has that hunger to succeed.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprising to see bigger clubs circling him very soon.
He certainly made a strong case for himself in this match.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you have Raul Jimenez stepping up twice to score from the penalty spot.
He was the hero of the day for Fulham.
Yeah, his composure was remarkable.
It really was.
Both penalties taken with incredible precision.
Yeah, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way each time.
Yeah, it's not easy to perform under that kind of pressure.
It's not.
Especially with the game on the line.
Yeah, you've got to think about those nerves.
Right, and it's not like he just stood there and waited for the penalties to come his way.
Right.
He was involved in the build-up,
Yeah.
constantly battling with Ipswich's defenders,
Battling away.
and ultimately drew those fouls that led to the penalties.
Yeah.
His experience and leadership were evident throughout the match.
Absolutely. He was a key figure for Fulham, not just for the goals,
Right.
but for his overall contribution to their attack. And this leads us to an interesting comparison that the reporter made
Okay.
between Ipswich's manager, Kieran McKenna,
Yeah.
and Vincent Kompany.
Yes. The reporter pointed out that Kompany, at least last season,
Yeah.
was sometimes criticized for being too rigid,
Yeah.
sticking to his preferred style even when it wasn't working.
Sticking to his guns.
But McKenna, he seems to be more adaptable,
Yeah. He's
more willing to change his approach based on the opponent.
Exactly. And that tactical flexibility makes Ipswich such a dangerous team.
In what way?
Well, they can win by controlling possession and playing attractive football.
Mm-hmm.
But they are also comfortable sitting back, absorbing pressure,
Yeah.
and hitting teams on the counter.
Right.
It's that unpredictability
Yeah.
that makes them so difficult to prepare for.
It's clear they are a team that is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yeah, they really are.
With their current form and McKenna's tactical acumen, I wonder if we could be looking at a dark horse contender
Oh, if it can.
for a European spot.
That's a great point. They are definitely exceeding expectations.
Yeah.
And if they can maintain this level of performance, who knows what they might achieve.
It will be fascinating to see how their season unfolds.
It will.
But before we get carried away with future predictions, let's come back to this thrilling Fulham encounter.
Okay.
Were there any other key moments from this match that you think are worth highlighting?
Absolutely. There are a couple that spring to mind immediately.
Okay, go on.
First, there was that outstanding save by Leno from broadhead shot in the second half.
Yeah.
Ipswich was pressing for a second goal, and that save kept Fulham in the game.
Yeah.
Leno's reflexes were incredible.
And I remember reading about a shot from Jack Clark that hit the post in the dying minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the collective gasp from the Fulham supporters?
Oh, yeah.
It would have been heartbreaking for them if that had gone in.
It was a heart-stopping moment, for sure.
Yeah.
It just goes to show how fine the margins are in football.
Mm-hmm.
One moment, one decision, 1 inch either way
Yeah.
can change the entire course of a match.
That's the beauty of the game.
I know.
The unpredictable nature, the passion, the drama.
Yeah.
It all makes for an incredible spectacle.
It really does.
And this match was a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Even though we're analyzing it after the fact,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right back in the thick of it.
I agree, and I think it speaks to the quality of this match report that we're working with.
Yeah.
It's captured not just the events, but the emotion, the tension, the tactical battles that unfolded. And we've only just scratched the surface.
Right.
There's still more to unpack, more to analyze.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Let's continue our deep dive and see what other insights we can uncover. Okay, so as we head into the final stretch of our deep dive, I'm curious to hear more about the tactical side of this match.
Yeah.
The report hinted at a real chess match between the two managers, Marco Silva for Fulham and Kieran McKenna for Ipswich.
You're absolutely right. The match report doesn't explicitly lay out, every tactical detail.
Right.
But we can glean quite a bit just from the flow of the game.
Okay.
In the first half, for instance, Fulham dominated possession.
Yeah.
But they found it incredibly difficult to break down Ipswich's organized defense.
So what was McKenna's game plan in that first half? Did Ipswich just sit back and defend?
They weren't just passively defending. They were very well drilled.
Oh, okay.
They were playing a 3-4-3 formation, which is known for its solidity and ability to stifle attacks.
Yeah.
They were compact in midfield, closing down spaces, forcing Fulham to play wide, and then dealing with the crosses that came in.
That makes sense. And their goal, as you mentioned earlier, came from a quick counterattack.
Right.
Catching Fulham off guard. So it seems like McKenna had a clear plan.
Yeah.
Frustrate Fulham and then hit them on the break.
Precisely. And it worked beautifully in that first half.
Yeah.
But then in the second half, we saw Fulham make some key adjustments.
Like what?
Bringing on Emile Smith-Rowe.
Okay.
And switching to a 4-2-3-1 formation gave them more attacking options through the middle.
Smith-Rowe is such a creative player.
He is.
Did his introduction change the dynamic of Fulham's attack?
Absolutely. He provided that spark they were missing in the first half.
Okay.
He's excellent at finding pockets of space between the lines, linking up with the midfielders and forwards and creating chances.
Right.
This switch also allowed Harry Wilson more freedom to attack.
Yeah.
Which is ultimately what led to him winning those 2 penalties.
Right.
He was constantly driving at the Ipswich defense.
Yeah.
And they simply couldn't handle his movement and trickery.
So would you say that Silva managed to outmaneuver McKenna in that second half?
In a way, yes. His substitutions and tactical tweaks gave Fulham the edge they needed to get back into the game. But it's important to remember that Ipswich still created chances of their own.
Right.
Even when under pressure, they remained dangerous on the break, and you can't discount that second penalty they won.
Right.
Which came from Delap's relentless pressing and a lapse in concentration from Fulham's defense.
Right. It wasn't a one-sided tactical battle.
There wasn't.
Both managers were making adjustments, trying to gain an advantage.
Yeah.
And it made for a fascinating contest.
Exactly. We saw both sides adapting their approaches, reacting to the flow of the game, and making key decisions that ultimately shaped the final result.
And that, I think, is one of the most compelling aspects of this match.
I agree.
It wasn't just a physical battle between two teams.
Right.
It was a tactical masterclass, a game of chess played out on the pitch.
Yeah.
And while we might not have access to the dressing room conversations or the detailed tactical analysis that the managers would have conducted, this match report still gives us a glimpse into that strategic battle.
I couldn't agree more. It highlights the importance of adaptability in football.
Yeah.
Both Silva and McKenna demonstrated a willingness to change their approach
Right.
based on the situation, the opponent, and the ebb and flow of the match. And that flexibility, that ability to think on your feet and make the right decisions under pressure is what separates good managers from great ones.
Well said. This deep dive has been a real eye-opener.
It has.
We've gone beyond the basic match report and explored the tactical nuances, the individual brilliance, and the emotional roller coaster that this match was.
It was quite a ride.
What would you say for our listener is the key takeaway from this deep dive?
I think it reinforces the idea that football is a multifaceted sport. Yes, it's about physical prowess and skill, but it's also about tactical awareness, mental resilience,
Right.
and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's about those moments of individual brilliance, those flashes of inspiration that can change the entire course of a match.
Yeah.
This Fulham-Ipswich clash had all of that and more.
It certainly did, and I think we've done it justice with our analysis.
I agree. It's been a pleasure dissecting this match with you.
The pleasure was all mine, and to our listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've enjoyed this journey into the heart of a thrilling Premier League encounter. Until next time, keep exploring, keep analyzing, and keep the passion for the beautiful game alive.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll.